Hi there. Hi, good morning. My name is Oyen. I am your apprentice mentor, and you'll be seeing me in the month of June, probably into the month of July, depending on how our timetables work. But I'm making this video because I'm about to send you an email regarding just setting up some time when when we're going to meet. So I'll be coming down to your offices to discuss. So the first thing I want to do is just take you through what I'm hoping you would have done some work on. I know you're all preparing for exams right now. So the first thing is this off-the-job training log that we are hoping that you're keeping, or at least once the exams are done in the week, which is the first week of June, you can start really looking at this. And I remember sending this to you in an early email, but I believe this is an updated version. And when I'm going to send this again, when you get this, this isn't the example of a student's. What you're literally doing is since when you've started your apprenticeship, you can just put the date in, and of course, this just records you're 20% off the job. So this is every day. You should have a day off a week, or we can discuss those arrangements. But technically, every day you're at college counts as a day. Um, and we can discuss the sort of the issues around around that. So typically you would have your description, and now when I say it's updated, you have a drop down button that allows you to go in and pick what it is you're actually doing. So if you're studying, if you like different sort of options, but typically you will at least be filling out most of this based on the work you're actually doing at college. Now, in terms of the knowledge, skills, and behavior, again, you have another drop down button, and you're trying to pick out one of these, if you like, typically covering one of these areas. And typically, you can see that many of these areas are related to the subjects you're studying or related to some of the skills and behaviors that you're looking at. So you have those to pick from as well. You also have a blank that you can actually fill out. But the whole idea is that you're recording this data as you're going along, right? So typically, it's if you're at college, you have it's 6 hours because you are. I think you get an hour or something for lunch or something along those lines. But 6 hours of study. But if you like revising, you can see this is a revision session, for example. This is the whole day, so this is 7.5, and so study leave can be recorded. So I'm going to send this to you at home. Sorry, send this to you, so that you can then you can see this is where the student is doing SPD, and this is revision. So you can populate this as fully as you can, right? And so that's the first thing. So you can see here that if you put in, I mean, I can help you with that. It doesn't really matter. You can put in whenever I can, if you like, tweak this for you if you're not sure, but you can put in the actual apprenticeship date. I might have done that on the very first one I sent you. I might have. If not, I'll do it when I see you. So your apprenticeship start date. And for you guys, typically think of it as 3 years from when you 3 years from when you started, and then just put that date in here, and I'll fill in the other details, and this should load automatically, right? Okay, so this should already be there. You just put yours in. This will be what it is, and you put those in, and all these will calculate themselves. The spreadsheet has already been pre-populated. Okay, great, that's done. Right, let's move on to the next issue. The next issue is your portfolio. Now, we have a few issues here. I'm going to use a student of mine who's based out in London, and this is her portfolio. Now, the reason I want to keep it this way is because the portfolio is evolving. So when I say evolving, it will go online in the near future. But that doesn't matter so much because in any format in which it goes online, you would still want to have a backup, and this allows for that backup sort of structure to work well, because it means you're just literally creating folders. So folders in whatever, wherever you're storing it, on whatever drive, it doesn't matter, but a drive you can easily, if we now say, oh, it's moved online, you're literally just uploading. So it's very straightforward. So this is Haley, and Haley has stored her portfolio in a folder. This is her first portfolio. I just want to show you what I want yours to look like. So create a big folder, call it whatever you want, portfolio one, and you can see here that within that file she has all the different skills and behaviors as folders where she keeps the actual evidence pieces. You see, because what happens is this: when I come to see you, I will come with this form, and I will say to you, okay, tell me what's going on with what happened with the exams, and I'll ask how you've done, and we'll discuss your English and maths. Part of your apprenticeship requires you to sort of be up to date with your English and mathematics. We'll discuss this 20% of the job and how that's going and how you're filling that out. Then we will discuss, if you like, these skills and behaviors. So ultimately, in the perfect world, you can see I have all the skills and behaviors here, and I'm recording, and you can see here I'm writing down where the evidence pieces are to defend what you're saying. So I'll go back to her pieces. Here we are. Oops, sorry. So we have that. All right. Let me see where I put her. Ah, here we are. No, no. There we are. Where's Haley again? Here we are. So Haley has broken up, literally created folders for all the skills and behaviors. That's what you need to do. And what she's done is, for example, in business, it doesn't really matter, adding value, for example, the first one in here, you can see the pieces of evidence. Now, if there were, she just put all those pieces of evidence in another folder, but those are the pieces of evidence over there. Now she has quite a few, which is fine, but it doesn't have to be that way. All these pieces of evidence defend or um, explain or are evidence pieces to show that she has completed this idea of it being able to add value in the workplace. So, for example, I'm just going to click on this. For example, Excel 11 piece. So you can see they seem to be having a discussion of sorts, and she's discussing how. Here we are. So she's been doing some work on Excel. So that's really the thinking process behind this. Create the main folder. I'll just go back here. Here we are. Create a folder. um, Subfolders, and in there have your pieces of evidence. So now when you're writing about it, like so let's go to adding value here. So let's go up to adding value. I mean, I'll send you this, but you know, you can see here the evidence pieces will satisfy as this process forging new relationships between colleagues. So the key point here is that we're trying to satisfy this skill of adding value, and these are the pieces of evidence. You can see evidence batch 4. So that's kind of the process. So what you want to do is you want to collect evidence for all the different parts. Typically, we will discuss. I think most of you will come in at at target level 3, which was the initial spreadsheet. There was a spreadsheet that I would have sent you that benchmarked you at what you should be doing. But it doesn't really matter. Just collect pieces of evidence at the level you're working at. And then we can discuss whether you're a 3, 4, 5, or 6. It doesn't really matter. But you want to collect these pieces of evidence. So hopefully, if you can collect some of those pieces, so when I come back, we can discuss, develop those. And it means that hopefully within the following week, you would have collected all the pieces of evidence and we would have gotten our first portfolio out of the way. Right? Okay, great stuff. So I'm going to send the email now and attach this video to that as well. Thank you.